Well, it was a bit of a dreary, miserable old night. Windy, cool, wet, but we're still heading to the artesian spas at Mitchell, which will be a nice, lovely, warm soak. And then we're going to probably head on into Charleville today and perhaps stop in at the Cronus Hotel for a beer or lunch or both. And then we'll continue on our way. Little bit of a change of plan. We went to the artesian spa baths at Mitchell, but it was packed, so we decided to give that a miss. And we got the hot tip about some showers at the showground at Mitchell, so we went down and checked them out, and it was awesome. There was no one around, and it was honestly one of the best, hottest showers with the best pressure that I've had in a long time. So that was awesome because, let's face it, we were both a little bit stinky. And we've come back into town to maybe grab some treats from the bakery, and I've stopped in to check out the courthouse here, which is where the Kenneth brothers, the bushrangers, were tried back in the day. So I'm going to go have a sticky big at some ye oldie stuff.
Back on the road, we have just left Mitchell. We just had a nice apple slice from the Mitchell bakery, and Mezzy got herself a nice coffee. It's a bit of a shitty day, rain all around the region. Yep, so we're on our way to Charleville. It's a bit wet now, but yeah, hopefully as the day progresses it clears up, leaving us with a nice night because the moon is getting smaller and the stars will be getting brighter the further west we go. Well, the weather hasn't improved, but we've found our way to Tregole National Park, which is about 10 k's to the south of Morven. So we've just pulled in here. There's a little walk, but it is raining. So we'll just have to see how the weather goes. We might do the walk. It's about a 2.1k walk, so it's only probably half an hour or so. But while we're sort of deciding on that, we're just going to boil the cuppa up and have a morning tea stop and hide out of the rain for a bit and then see what happens. We've decided to pop a couple of concrete pills, and even though it's still raining, we're going to head off and do the 2.1 kilometre circuit walking track here at Tregole National Park.
It's more of a river than a walking track at the moment. Thank goodness we've got our boots.
This Tregole National Park is important because of the Uline pine. Apparently, rumour has it that it's a rainforest species that somehow ended up out in the middle of the bloody desert. And this is one of the largest stands, or is the largest stand of Uline pines, not in the rainforest. So that's today's fun fact for you. Well, that's it. The end of the Tregole circuit walk. And once again, Mezzy nearly goes A over T. So that took us about 35 minutes from start to finish, and we did stop a few times.
Yes.
To check out the trees, and because there's all names on the trees, and then there was some goats that we had to look at, and then right at the end there, all the birds came out and tweeted and flitted and flew around us.
Laughed at me slipping over.
Laughed at Mezzy slipping over. Probably laughed at me as well. Thankfully the rain held off for most of that, and so now back in the car, head into Charleville. So by the time we get there, it's going to be pretty much bang on beer o'clock and lunch o'clock. So the Corones Hotel, we can hear calling our name. What do you reckon, Mez? Good idea?
Sounds like a freaking great idea.
We've just stopped on the side of the road because I forgot to put some beers in the fridge to chill down for tonight, and have a look at the size of this cockroach. Just putting my thumb there for scale because I didn't have a banana, and it's about half as big as my thumb. That's crazy. First time behind the wheel for this trip, eh?
Yes, I finally get to have a drive. It's hard to get the wheel off, Matt. It's actually really fun driving out here.
Where are we off to?
Well, we're going to try and find somewhere to camp for the night. What was it called? Condalilla? Kaladi, not even close. But the sides of the road are really muddy, and we're not too sure what the access is going to be like to this place, so we're just going to check it out and see, because the last thing we want is to get bogged. It's ridiculous, everywhere's so wet and there's water on the sides of the road. It's just so unlike most of the other trips we've ever done out here, where it's just been super dry. Thankfully though, the rain looks like it's cleared. We're driving into blue skies. Might even be a nice sunset tonight, who knows?
Well, we finished another day tonight, but we've found a little spot by ourselves. So we've snuck down a little side track just outside of Kaladi, and we've found ourselves a little spot down beside a creek. Unfortunately, there's a fence between us and the creek, so we can't get to it, but the creek's dry anyway. So we've rolled the swag out, and now we're kicking back, and it's beer o'clock, wine o'clock, kick back, watch the sun go down before we chicken curry.
Yep, chicken curry for tonight.
Chicken curry for dinner tonight. And we're definitely going to have a little fire tonight, since we're out here by ourselves. So should be a lovely evening under the stars, and it's cleared it's all cleared up. So there's going to be stars everywhere. Maybe a time lapse.
Time lapse. I'm sure there'll be a time lapse.
Might do one at sunset too. Righto, out.
Peace out.
just went out to collect some firewood and have a look at this weirdest of weird cactus that you've ever seen.
Oh, it's really creepy.
It was so good, I had to go grab Mez to show her.
It's like a coral. It's weird. You wouldn't want to accidentally sit on that when you're going to the toilet.
It's seriously like it didn't know what to do, so it just did everything. Weird.
Yeah, that's weird and creepy. Let's get away from it quickly.
Here's the fact that Mezzy hardly ever cooks.
Had to capture it on film. May never happen again.
What do you call this, love?
Chicken curry.
That's a bit fancy. Looks like you've outdone yourself here.
Pretty happy. It tastes pretty tasty.
I'll be the judge of that. Which one's mine? The big one?
Yeah, that one's yours.
Excellent, cool. They say that the proof is in the pudding, or should it be that when the plate is empty like that, that it was a bloody good feed? Mezzy, you might get another run cooking me dinner. That was awesome.